Grand Rising, peace, love, and light to all the listeners. We are streaming live here from our studios here in York, Pennsylvania. This is the most powerful hour. This is the hour of power. Going to start with a little brief introduction. Make sure everybody gets a chance to sit down and get your popcorn, get everything ready. Hopefully you already enjoyed your hour of temptation, hour of foolishness of what we've been fed to as far as with some of the information that's coming across as news today. But this particular time, we're going to get education. This is focused on empowering the community so we can make informed decisions moving on. Again, this is me. I am Ptah Shakur, entrepreneur, spiritual teacher, channel, Reiki teacher. I have Peace Elohim and a guest that's going to be arriving in a very, very short moment. As always, love and light to everybody that's out there listening. I, Ptah Shakur, I seek to shed light on daily atrocities that are orchestrated by the elites who seek to control. I also intend to promote love and light, education, motivation for all those seeking to understand the current global energies which is permeating through the earth and permeating through yourself. This is the most wonderful time to be alive. This is, like I shared on a numerous occasion, this is the time that was spoke about in different scriptures and things, speaking about the time of the Mahdi, the Christ consciousness. This is truly a remarkable age that we're living in. We're living in that great and dreadful day. It's great if you know what's taking place, and it's dreadful if you choose to put your head in the sand and avoid the signs that is all around us. I am a catalyst, dangerous man for those who seek to keep knowledge hidden. They don't like me at all, not even one bit. And those that are willfully choosing to remain stagnant instead of moving with the direction of life, which is to change. The agent of chaos is something that's going to visit every single last one of us until we move on to this particular change. What we came to this planet to do, we all have a job that we must perform. I would like to introduce, and I should do a little shout out for all my star seeds, all my wanderers, all the individuals that came to incarnate on the planet this time to shed love and light and to bring this frequency of this planet up to another level and ride this wonderful wave that we're experiencing. To the listeners, it's a warning. It's a disclaimer. The things you may hear, it may excite you, it may depress you, it may trigger you, may sound blasphemous. We encourage everyone to give a call. We like to have respectful dialogue with everyone, sharing factual information. So that number will be going on the bottom of the screen very, very shortly, and it will be throughout the Hour of Power program. This is only 1 hour, so we're going to really move fast. I'm going to share my jewel of the day. And then Peace Elohim, he's going to come share his jewel of the day, and then we're going to go into the meat of the program. So all my star seeds, all my love light children of the divine, of the Most High, I'm asking everybody to unite in love for yourself and your reflections, which are masquerading around in the personage of your human beings, your fellow humans. Everyone is the reflection of you. Learn what that reflection is sharing about you so we can all learn and grow together in this wonderful, wonderful time. So my quick jewel of the day that's been kind of pressing on my mind right now is July 20th. This is July 25th, 2023. And I just wanted to give a light to a few key ideas that will help individuals ascend to particular levels of awareness, which is really, really important at this day and time. We have the 1% of the population that owns 99.95. Look, they're going for 99.999999. There's a lot of things moving around right now, and so I'm going to share some light to that information. One of the things I want to mention, there's a Netflix video that is actually, I believe it came out maybe about a couple days ago. I actually watched it, I believe it was on Tuesday. It's called They Clone Tyrone. This movie, everybody, if you have not seen it, please see it before it's pulled or something else happens to it. This movie is really chock full of really key information that would help explain what's going on in this current state. I'm gonna give it about I figure about next week. Once I kind of do a little promo for this particular video, I'm not getting any residuals, any payment from it at all. Just love and knowledge is what I seek. However, if everybody can check that video out, I promise by next Wednesday on the Hour of Power, we can go into some more of the finer details of that particular movie. But without no further ado, this particular jewel that I need to get off my chest today is we are eliminating or removing the mysteries of this third dimensional matrix that we live in this time of tremendous energy that's, like I said, permeating through the planet Earth. You see things taking place with the weather. You see weather phenomena. For instance, heat waves. I read in the newspaper just yesterday that in Phoenix, Arizona, the burn centers are actually getting almost to the full capacity. People are burning themselves when they fall to the ground. So I had to really kind of think about that. I was sharing that with another person. I said, wow, you fall to the ground and you sustain an injury from the heat of the ground to cause you to go into the burn center. It's pretty amazing. And here in York, Pennsylvania, I think we all can bear witness. We're actually bracing for a heat wave that's supposed to be coming in. I believe it's tomorrow. So all of this is really, really indicative of things that have been shared. Even the Mayans, when they spoke about that in 2012, that was a marker in time to share that this wonderful change is taking place. And yes, I do say wonderful. When I say it's wonderful, that means the earth that we as a collective consciousness, as a collective individuals, we have to own up for our mistakes. We've been treating our home planet very, very disrespectfully. And now the planet, as well as the other planets in this solar system, you can debate and argue all you want about global warming and climate change, all you want. However, look what's taking place in the other different planets in the solar system. Let's check what's taking place with the sun. Solar activity is really, really befuddling scientists at this particular time. However, when I'm bringing truth to power and sharing that this particular portion of space, which we're in right now, is raising in its frequency, and that in turn is causing the earth to raise in its frequency. I make the analogy, if you imagine a dog that's been sleeping for thousands and thousands of years. However, now the dog's starting to wink an eye and starting to move his haunches and move his tails around. Unfortunately, as humans, we chose to habitate on different parts of this particular analogy of a dog. So there's going to be a lot of geological changes, shall I say, taking place. And I also have a YouTube show. Please, everybody go on to YouTube show. It's Ptah Shakur Speaks. And just go to my episode that I did in January of this year and actually prognosticated a lot of different events that we are experiencing now that I said back 6 months ago as well. We still got some more to go into. And what are those? Those are geological changes such as earthquakes and volcanoes and climate change. And we tasted a little bit of that the little small winter that we had. I want to say we here in Pennsylvania. We was actually pretty comfortable actually. But dealing with the United States as a whole was raged and racked by ice storms. Ice storms that were caused because of the northern the actual North Pole, the energetical North Pole, not the geological. The energetical North Pole has been coming further south over to like the Midwest of the country, Midwest, Kansas, coming down through from Canada. That in turn, in the winter, it actually threw off quite a bit of the jet stream, and actually going into something I just read earlier today. Now this is some food for thought. This is educational information, so you won't have to blame Ptah Shakur for not voicing these particular things. But everyone needs to know what's taking place under your feet and what's taking place above your heads, because there's individuals that are praying and they're relying on our ineffectiveness and our not focusing on these particular things, so they can do all this window dressing and change all this different stage right in front of our face, and we're not alarmed at all. There's a role that each and every one of you all that are watching right now, that we have a role to play in returning this world back to the way that it once was. And this is some key information. It may excite you to move into action. On July 24th, there's a news article sharing about the Atlantic Meridional overflow circulation. We're gonna get kind of nerdy real quick while waiting for my guest to arrive. I'm putting my nerd hat on. So what that is called, it's called the Atlantic Meridional overturning circulation. Basically, what that is basically saying the jet stream. Because of the climate change that's taking place, and most people don't know, the initiator of that is that the core of the center of the Earth right now, which I just learned maybe a couple years ago, that actually rotates. And as that rotates, that takes this the magma, the hot metals that are liquid metal, is then circulating inside the center of the Earth. And that liquid metal that is circulating inside of the center of the Earth actually provides our electromagnetic field. That electromagnetic field might not sound something that is really, really important, but until you realize that there are quite a few radiation components that actually come from the sun. And if it wasn't for this electromagnetic field around the Earth, all life on this planet would cease to exist. But because of this slowing down of the center of the planet, it's affecting the electromagnetic. Like I said, as that's slowing down, it slows down the liquid metal, the molten metal that is actually circulating inside of the Earth, and that is throwing off the poles. The last time this happened, it was an ice age that took place. And the ice age, we all see remnants of the ice age, particularly if you're in the northern part of the country, Pennsylvania and Canada. All of this area used to be covered under miles and miles of ice at one particular time. They found evidence and proof of that, even if you look geologically. It's because of a massive event, comet event, that actually caused a massive melting of this particular ice shield that was being around this particular area. And that's what the Mississippi River, that brings that particular river into being. So we're going back to that. Like I said, once you see that, and wait till the wintertime, you'll see that the northern, the magnetic north is coming further down. These are things you're not going to see in your news. They want to actually appease you with other type of news items to get you kind of focused over here about this is taking place. But best believe the U.S. government and those that are actually at the top echelon, they're making plans, and they're making plans without us. So we need to make our own plans. So, but back to this idea, like I said, of the Atlantic Meridional overflow circulation, they surmise that the center of the United States is going to become very, very barren and very dry. Because if you study meteorology and study how the jet stream and how that actually affects weather patterns in the United States and in particular in Europe as well. And even to kind of give more credence to this particular idea, there was a book that I was introduced about 20 years ago. It was called it was by Elijah Muhammad. And it was speaking about the fall of America. Now, when I say the fall of America, I'm not saying that this whole entire country is going to fall into some type of disrepair. However, there are going to be certain things, weather phenomenally wise, that we really need to really address. More ideas will be expressed on my YouTube show. Like I said, Ptah Shakur on YouTube. And if you feel free to call in, the call-in number is 717-846-5067. Again, that number is 846-5067. This is actually being streamed live on Facebook. It's actually going out to the WRTC television network, which I believe expands to the south up into New York and as well over to Africa, I believe. As well as it's going to be put on my Ptah Shakur page on YouTube as well. So this content will be able to be accessed a little later on. So just real briefly, like I said, I wanted to mention that idea that we need to be paying attention to what it is that we're doing to this planet as far as burning of fossil fuels. We can say that the politicians are making these decisions without us, but that'll be disingenuous. This country was designed by the founding fathers. That is we the people. So there's an analogy that I seen on Facebook that it shows a group of wealthy individuals playing a board game, and they're moving pieces on this very large board game about the size of a table. And then you look a little bit closer, and what you find is that that the table or the game is actually being held up by the backs of you and I. So we're the ones that are actually supporting this particular situation and system unknowingly. And sometimes we see what's taking place and we just go along with what's going on. That's why that movie that they clone Tyrone is really, really, really imperative to watch. And you can actually see that from a whole nother perspective. One other really, really nerdy idea, but it's really, really impactful to understand how science and spirituality, how they actually join. Now, I'm not going to go into my base too much, but everything that I'm sharing, this is peer-reviewed science. This is checkable. If anything that is coming out of my mouth that may sound blasphemous, may sound incredulous, like everyone, Google. We have so much information at the palm of our hand. We can find out so much information. Check a couple different sources. You might check a source. You got some fake news out here. So do due diligence and say, seek and ye shall find. And that is exactly true. The last thing that I want to go into is speaking about quantum physics. Now, quantum physics, believe it or not, has a lot to do to explain the spiritual essence of who we are. I've said on different episodes, who are we? We are interdimensional beings. We are the most powerful. We possess more power than we think that we have. And one of my favorite poems is, "What are we afraid of the most?" It was actually on Coach Carter. I'm actually going to read the post in its entirety next week. But what we're afraid of the most is not that we're inadequate. Is that we are infinitely powerful. And when we shine our light, we subconsciously give others to shine their light as well. So with that particular information, quantum theory is a subject that I've been really, really interested in. I get these questions. Individuals send me questions, or they'll see me on the street because they know that I'm a spiritual individual, spiritual leader. My mission on this planet is to actually bring knowledge and wisdom and understanding to enhance all of mankind, not just in New York, not just in Pennsylvania, but the world globally. So with that quantum theory, there's a scientists have found some remarkable discoveries. Like I said, it's not going in the news, so I'm going to put my newscaster persona on right now and share with you a little bit of what's called the double slit theory. The double slit theory is a myriad of scientific discoveries that scientists found out about particles and waves. Now, when we take it to everything to the essence of what is physical matter, we understand that things are atoms. And then what are atoms? Atoms are bits of particles. However, what scientists find is that actual physical matter has a relationship with you and I. Meaning that the door that is inside your house, the table that you're sitting, it's having a relationship with you. And this is how. In the double slit theory, this is what they did. They took particles and they actually had this really sensitive equipment aligned on the back of a wall. Just imagine this wall here has this screen here has real sensitive equipment that can pick up just one particle. So the particle that they shoot at this particular wall, just imagine something like a baseball, have baseball games and shoots the ball out automatic. So what they do is they shoot the particle out, and the particle, of course, hits the back, and of course, it lights up. So then they devise what's called a single slit. What it is, put a large metal wall in front of this highly sensitive equipment on the wall, and just put a slit in it. So they did a series of experiments. So just mathematically, if you're shooting a baseball, so to speak, at a highly sensitive wall, and you have a large metal wall that's in between, it has a slit, then the only things that will register on that highly sensitive background will pretty much appear like in a large, like a capital I. Anything else, it would bounce off and actually go back to on the floor or wherever. But the only idea that should be registered should be along that I type of formation. So then they decided to do a double slit. They have that large metal wall. Instead of having one slit, have two slits. So mathematics will tell you that along that wall, the highly sensitive wall, the only places that should be activated, it should look similar to a large column, two large capital I. But that's not what happens. What happens is, when they shoot that particular particle and it leaves that mechanism, As soon as it goes past the slit, for some reason, it would respond as a wave function in the back. Now let me explain a little bit about a wave function. If you was to take a pond of water, and the same idea, you have the highly sensitive wall back there, and wherever there's points of energy that hits it, it would register. So if you take a pool of water and you drop something in the pool of water, the waves would actually dissipate out, and when they would hit that particular wall, it would cause what they call an interference pattern, which you would see dots very, very equally spaced out to demonstrate how that actual wave force hits this particular wall. So it's very, very clearly defined. Waves cause an interference pattern, which is dot, dot, dot. Particles cause an interference pattern, which is straight up and down, particularly when you put the double slit in the front. Same idea. If you put the double slit in the front and you have the water and you drop something in the water that goes through the double slits, then that then goes to the other area and it causes the interference pattern. This is tried and true. You do it 1,000 times, you're supposed to have it 1,000 times. This is science, y'all. Science. We're getting nerdy here today. So, for whatever reason, there's only two type of patterns you will see on that wall. It's either going to be a wave pattern, like I said, spaced out, dot, 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 or you're going to have, with the double slit, you're going to have the two column type of reaction in the back. But for some reason, when they send the particle out, as soon as it gets the double slit, instead of behaving like a particle, it changes into a wave. I need everybody to listen to me now. I'm telling you that particles, actual bits of physical matter, can change into waves. So this is what they decided. They said, okay, well, we want to see with the visual eye, or in the form of recording, what happens at that key junction of point. We can see that it's a particle when it hits the double slit. What happens as soon as it goes past the double slit? As soon as they put recording devices on the other side to really detail, analyze what is taking place, guess what happens? It goes back to being a particle. Scientists tried this again and again. I was like, okay, wait a second. So the pure purpose of observing something, when you observe that particular particle, it acts like a particle. When you're not paying attention to it, it acts like a wave. When you observe it, it turns to a particle. So the scientists really were scratching their head for years. And what they came up with is the idea is that what it is that the pure motion of observing something, you quantifiably tell it what state it's going to be in. That is a scientific fact that everyone can go in and actually check that out and scratch your head over it. Go watch it. There's a couple videos on YouTube. There's one that was really kind of meant for children. It's really pretty awesome. It has like a little animated character and it shows the visual and everything. So what this brings to mind is what? Some of the greatest thinkers have shared that the way that we see the world, or the way that we think about a particular thing, so shall it be. So if you find yourself, and I mentioned this on previous episodes as well, if you find yourself in a rut, if you find yourself constantly receiving particular things that's unhealthy, we have to go into our mind a little bit and see how it is that we're seeing a thing. There's a saying, if you change the way that you see a thing, that the thing that you see changes. And this is, like I said, this is something that is proven there on as the double slit theory. And it brings a myriad of different type of ideas to mind. And also, those that are an elite, those that actually know what's taking place, they're relying on our ignorance of this particular fact to build a kingdom, whereas we constantly go out and we build up their society. We constantly go out and build up, get their Gucci belts, and constantly put money into their pockets, into focusing on what is true, which is yourself. If you have the power through observation to affect physical matter, what does that say about you? And all of the different holy books, when you analyze them, they'll share with you to go within. And when you do go within, you actually find the keys to heaven is within. And so anyone that is a proponent of sharing, hey, you need to go over to this particular area to find enlightenment, or to find your true essence or true power, have you out here in space or have you over here in this organization, all you need is to go within yourself. And what does that mean? This just means just going and closing yourself up, even to the point of just closing your eyes. Because people don't understand is that your eyes are bombarded with information. In our, there's different parts of our brain, and it's a very interesting information. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza and there's other individuals out there that actually goes through how our brains actually work. So when we're looking at things and we're on, you got your TV on and you got your TikTok on your phone and you got this device going on, your mind, your eyes are absorbing and bringing all that in, but it doesn't download everything that you see. So it picks and chooses what it is that you want to retain. And as we pick and choose or whatever we retain, we miss a lot of things that are just blatantly right in front of our face. There's a wonderful example of that is a show I used to show the youth. It's called Brain Games. Just something simple where you would have something that has it was like a silver bar, and they would ask you, it was 2 silver bars. They would ask you which one of the bars is darker, which one of them is lighter. So of course, visually to the eyes, you would see the one at the top. You say, oh, the one at the top looks darker, and the one at the bottom looks lighter. Then all they do is just invert it. They just flip it around, and you're like, oh, wait a second. The one at the top, it befuddles the mind. So it really gives you a question in your mind, like when we're looking and we're seeing, are we really seeing with our eyes, or are we seeing with our brains? And if anybody wants to check that out, there's plenty of it. That's what you call like mirages and illusions and things of that nature. You can look at something, you swear you know what you're looking at, and then you just see it from a whole different thing. Like, man, our eyes lie to us all the time. There's animals walking on the face of the earth that it has higher ability of eyesight and things of that nature. So our senses, at least our sense of sight, is very, very limiting. So what we need to do, we need to go with the frequency of what we're hearing. And so I implore everybody that's out there, do your due diligence, do your own homework. If you sit and you think that 30 minutes of NBC nightly news is really going to really feed you exactly everything that's going on in this world, you're sadly mistaken. Go out and research your own. This information I was sharing with you, I was telling about that they clone Tyrone movie. You seen that?
I started to watch it, but I'm gonna finish that when I go home tonight, though.
Gotcha.
I dozed off on it earlier because just so I could be up in the loop with you, because I know you texted me about it.
Man, I'm gonna give everybody, that's homework. I'm gonna give y'all a week, cause I was sitting there, I was hyped. I was seeing keys left and right. So I was like, I'm gonna let everybody do their homework, and then just know by next Wednesday at the Hour of Power, we're gonna go into that a little bit. But yeah, I was just basically just kind of sharing my jewel of the day. Is the idea as far as the puppet masters in this world, they try their due diligence to keep all the impactful news away from us, you know, and just focusing on this weather phenomenon. I mean, people really got to think. I guess did we even have snow last winter?
I don't even think. I think probably like a sprinkle. I think them days are over with. This
is what I found out. There's something called a Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation. Basically, it's the jet stream, because you know the weather patterns is affected by what's going on up there.
Right.
But because of the change in the electromagnetic field and all that, they're saying that just like the weather pattern. The weather pattern, basically, in short, the weather pattern is messing up. So areas where you used to get a lot of water, you're not.
You're starting to see it come off the Atlantic. Instead of how it used to come off the Pacific, remember back in the day.
Yeah.
Now it's not like that no more.
It used to be a nice dip. When you look at the United States, you would see a dip,
the
like over there, and then come down a little bit. It was nice and smooth. Then most recently, I would see the news. It was like a big old dip. Like, whoa!
Yeah, things change. It's going to continue to change.
Right. But yeah, that's what that's pretty much the idea that I want to share as far as the. Do you have anything you want to kind of jump into?
No, I was listening to you on the way over here and stuff.
Okay, all right. That's peace. That's peace. So that's why I was going into, like I said, that double slit theory. Make sure you check that. There's so many scientific discoveries that's coming on around, and it'll blow your mind when you really start to think about what's taking place. Such as the idea that scientists, the same sensitive equipment that can pick up the photons of light, like I'm saying about the double slit. Human beings actually emit energy from your face. Light. Physical light from your face. Now, like I said, we're limited with this particular eyesight, so we can see it a little bit. You know, you see somebody that's sick, and you be like, ooh. Like, you look a little, in our mind, you like a little dim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pallid. Right. And even, even when somebody that's pregnant, when they glowing like
They got the glow. You can always tell that from
glow.
like a mile away.
Animals can see it and all that. Yeah, so
You know what else is funny though? Like
What's
how,
up?
like women, like female dogs. You ever notice a female dog when a lady or when the woman's about to get their period, the female dog be up their butt the whole time, like you know what I mean, and then their cycles will go together.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seems like all the females in their household, all the cycles come together.
Mm-hmm.
Like that be type like ooh, like that's weird sometimes. Like,
deep.
The dog be up the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, like
It's a frequency, and the dog is sensitive enough to pick up on that.
yeah. And then it's unique. It's just weird that they cycles all come together. Like
Yeah, them animals are like that. Like, there was a tsunami that happened maybe like 10, 15 years ago. I think it was in China.
in China, Japan or
Something like that. Where the water came on, everybody had their cell phones. They like, hey, look, the water went all that way. What are them animals doing? The ones that you thought couldn't jump over that fence.
You seen it on the news too. You know what I mean? You see animals trying to get up over that fence too. Like they knew something was coming.
They have an extra gear they don't show you. Think
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Nature is smart. So you put a little fence around and you see them trying to jump, trying to get over the fence. They're not going full bars. When it's time, them dogs is up out of there.
I'm just picturing the little dog, like you know what I mean. They in the little octagon thing, you know that people got the little fences and stuff around, and you just see them little trying to jump over and jump up. But then when you start ignoring them, they clear that.
For real. You put a camera on, you see it. I even wonder if the dog was
trying to figure it out.
Spider-Man.
Like, yeah.
So like I said, this is Hour of Power. If you feel free to call in, the number is 717-846-5067. This is myself, Ptah Shakur, Peace Elohim King, and my dear sweet brother. You want to go ahead and share a little bit?
EJ Sampson.
EJ Sampson, go
I'll let
ahead.
Peace go first. I'll let Peace go first.
Hey.
How's your day? What's
I
up?
just gotta say, how was your Father's Day, man? How was your day, man? I'm enjoying life, man. Love being above ground.
Yeah.
Man, I woke up feeling dangerous. I said, "Oh, it's Wednesday. I'm gonna have to throw some. I'm gonna throw some knowledge out to the community out here and kind of awake them." It just kind of angers me just a little bit in a positive way to see all these different type of things that's taking place, like different type of like government procedures and policies thing that's going on, and our rights has been taken away from us.
Politics is funky right now, man.
Yeah, politics is a pile of tricks.
Yeah, politics is real funky right now. So.
I do got something I want to say.
What's up?
So, that is something that does irk my nerves, right? I loved how you was talking about the table, and it's on our backs.
Mm-hmm.
Governments serve the people.
Supposed to.
Police are civil servants. They're servants, right? Something that irks my nerves, right? I did some time. And one thing people always complain about is we don't get a fair shake. You ain't getting a fair shake. Part of the reason we ain't getting a fair shake is y'all gonna dip jury duty. Y'all ain't gonna vote. Don't dip that jury duty, bro.
Yeah.
Go to jury duty so that man
Don't
has
vote.
a chance to see somebody like him in the jury stand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's real. And
It's deep.
that struck me because it everybody know dip jury duty. Like, I don't want to put nobody on blast, but everybody know dip jury duty. It's like, I ain't going to that. Who
I
going
know
to
you
that?
could
No one.
I thought you could get in trouble for that.
Doctors know whatever.
I never
ain't
got
going.
the memo
Yeah,
yet.
I'm not
I'm
eligible.
blessed so far. Yeah, I got
I'm not eligible.
The felonies I think keeps me
Yeah,
away.
and so it's. But I know plenty
Hopefully all
of
that
law-abiding
change.
folk. I'm not going to that. And it's like, now I'm on trial. And it's like, well, who's on the jury? Yeah, guess what? Not y'all. So go. Like, you gotta. If you want to change, you got. Sometimes it starts with you.
Start within.
And it's like, it irks my nerves to no end when I hear people joking about it. It's like, nah, man, how you think that happens? Because they know we're not even going to exercise our rights. Like, people fought and died for this. And it's like, you know, that strikes me. That was something that really...
Get out what they say.
Example.
What's that one commercial? You get out or whatever, what you put in or whatever you get out or something like that.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah.
Hey.
That reminds me of a Boondock episode I seen.
Oh man.
It was asking people to go vote or whatever.
You gonna make me go watch that?
They dropped some keys.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And he said, my people marched and they risked their lives just so I have the right to not vote.
But we sit back and do this right here.
Yeah.
Twiddle our thumbs and then we go judge and always got something to say, but we don't. You know what I mean? Go adjust the situation ourselves to make that change.
Like I said, this is the hour of power. This is a call to arms. Everybody who's listening, I know y'all listen out there in York City. I know we shared this in the past. I know Sharif and I shared it in the past as well. When it comes to these youth as well, it's all hands on deck.
Man,
when it comes to these instrumental change, who's going to be the one swooping in and actually making everything so perfect for us? Like I said, the founding fathers, they went to work. And they realized, if we want it to be this way, we need to make this that way. So in whatever capacity, we got to unite. Either each one teach one.
Yeah, each one teach one.
No more of this kind of sitting at home right and just looking at the news and just shaking your head at the news and getting on the phone.
You gotta teach this youth so that you could go make a difference, man. You know what I mean? Because we still really ain't free. You know what I mean? So when there's no freedom, that means freedom. If it ain't freedom for everybody, that means freedom fail.
True.
You know what I mean?
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Right.
Exactly.
And that goes for everybody. It goes from a black, brown, white.
It don't matter what
Asian,
shade
all
you
that.
are.
We're here to empower, energize, activate, educate. Because as long as we come together as a human family, that's the way. You know, it's all that divide and conquer type stuff. They even do that with black people.
They've been doing that divide and conquer since they came.
Got your light
since
skin.
they came with the government. When they came with the government, when they put that government in, that's when you start seeing.
When they put what in?
The government. When they formed the government, man, how it is today, it really put the divide and conquer. And then they have us turn on each other.
Yeah.
It's all part of their play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
You got me on something else. I'm gonna stick to that. But like every day, what we do when we start the hour of power right now is we got about like 20 more minutes to go. It's the little intro, jewel of the day, and any type of words and any word.
Hey, did you tell them about the $25 gift card when people call in?
No.
We got to start like promoting that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can start getting that phone to ring.
Yeah. We need y'all. We need this
Right.
interaction, this back and forth. Cause like I said, we not going nowhere.
We here.
We here. We're gonna be expanding more and more, and to incentivize. I know sometimes I bring some our sons and daughters, bring some products out. So we're gonna have different type of giveaways and things. But even in that, in the structure and the schematics of how this show goes, is I want to pose a question of the week. Every week I want to pose a question. We can cipher it around, go around, and anybody that's on there as well. In fact, let me start. We said $25 gift card. What we want to do it for?
We could do something like have some nice little question or something to call in, or have some little guessing thing like you got 5 seconds to guess 3 names of. So you know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean? And they get a nice $25 gift card to Texas Roadhouse, to Walmart, or something like that, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, we're taking our stuff to another level. And even in that, thank you for bringing that up. This is a schedule that we're actually going into beginning on August 2nd, the first Wednesday of each hour of power. The first Wednesday is a business showcase. So if you're at home, if you got a business that you are trying to promote, you're trying to get out, this is a community forum. Please just get in contact with us. You can feel free. You can bring some of your products, bring some of your items, and kind of speak to the business. Because small businesses, this is the lifeblood of the whole economy.
Yeah, they can even call in and give them 5 seconds to promote their business.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean? Put
Call
it really
in
out
with
there.
your business. Show your hashtags on your social media. Like I said, this is all community. This ain't us just up here just talking. We are building, not going to build. We are building. It's all the question is if you want to be a part of that building. So every first Wednesday is going to be a business showcase. And at the last Wednesday is a youth showcase. We got so many talented youth out there.
Yes.
There was something going on Facebook. I don't think it's locally, but it's a young little black boy. I think it's like 9, 12 years old. His intellect has been measured higher than Einstein. I don't know if you've seen that. But just different type of stories like that. And these are some of the things that when I was youth education director, I would show the youth. Get on a big screen and show that there's young black entrepreneurs that like making lemonade. There's one young man, he makes bow ties. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. So those information we're gonna do our due diligence to present that information. And if you have a young person that is actually you want to celebrate whether they became what's it called, valedictorian, or they're doing something great or going into college and things of that nature, you want to kind of shout them out. Let me do this. Let me shout out to my big brother Sharif, and his wonderful, 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 intelligent children. Well, since I'm talking about youth right now,
yeah. Don't they have a little sports show they try to kick off?
Yeah, I love it. I support
they are
it.
Intelligent, man. I'll be sitting there. Brother Sharif used to have him on when he was on his day on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Very, very impressive.
Yeah.
I see a lot of that's really kind of really got me started. Like, yeah, we need to see more youth right here in these seats. If you're a youth or you have a youth at home that you want to kind of promote and kind of share whatever, either entrepreneurial pursuits, educational pursuits, or even musical pursuits. I met a young man that does the violin. I think he's like he's just graduated from high school. I'm gonna call him up, have him come on the show. Plays violin, plays hip hop music with violin. I never played no instrument. You an instrument, Klein?
I started the saxophone when I was younger. Never was really that good though. So
I did it
like
all.
I blew into it. It made sounds come out.
I did the clarinet. I did the clarinet, the saxophone, the tuba, the drums.
Oh man!
Like, I did all that, man. Like,
You must have got drove to school.
No, but I used to remember sometimes on Saturday morning private lessons. My mom's alone used to out at Menchie's Music out there where Red Lobster and stuff is at right now out East Market. That's way back in the day.
She used to teach class?
No, she used to take me to classes.
Oh, I got
So my
you,
Saturday mornings, I used to miss some of my cartoons back in the day.
That's crucial.
and had to go out there for like an hour. And shoot, I used to have solos, man.
Can you still play them?
That's deep.
I could play a beat on the table.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You just brought something to my mind. If anybody that's listening out there, if you are musically inclined, if you want to give back, like I said, we all have a ways to give back to the community. You might not be smooth with your words and be able to articulate certain things to children. But if you got any type of talent, if you have musical talent, we got some kids that's out here that's starving. I would love to take that talent and take it further. So hit us up whenever you see us. We'd love to have anybody who's musically inclined come together. We can set up a little meeting spot or something to have kids and actually learn how to do some of these instruments and things and get them up out of this city.
Yeah.
One thing I talk about youth or whatever, I say, okay, well, you 15, 16, 17, oh, it's getting real now.
Put something together. We need to put something together like something and have like you said, like take them places like bus trips to maybe down to DC to the museums or down Baltimore to the museum or even to
Aquarium.
Oh yeah, the aquarium. Even to like a baseball game or you know what I mean, something like that. Like I remember back in the day they used to do that to us. That's what the Christmas Addicts used to do that type stuff, and they kept a lot of. That's why we still here. Yeah. We used to have to go to male responsibility classes on Monday, and then we had to go. Then we could play ball, go swimming. We could do all that for the whole week. And then if you did it a lot of days, Saturdays when they had the car washes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Took us to the Orioles games and the Washington Bullets games. Yeah, man. So maybe we need to start doing stuff like that.
I got a segue to this, then I get back to that because you shared a real deep point. I was watching some archive video of Washington Bullets, Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, Agent Zero.
Agent Zero, he was a mumble. I was looking at him, I was like, yo, he was killing it.
All because of that gun in the locker room. But then look at today. You got the gun flashing on Instagrams.
Really?
And he's still in the league.
Oh, I didn't forgot my darn. Where is it at? Anyway, I get to it.
Yeah, I got it downloaded on my phone now. So
yeah, we getting our stuff together here. We taking this to a whole nother level.
And this is live. So
this is live. We plan on going over to that big studio over there too, so we can have more to marry. We're gonna take things to a whole nother level. But back on that point, as far as all the youth program directors, there's people out there. Cause I hear people say there's nothing to do with the kids, but I do know, the Salvation Army, like I said, Tavon Parker, Brant Kisley, different individuals doing something. If you want to come on the show and share about your program, it makes no sense having a program.
On here, man. We should get Mr. Parker on here.
Tavon, if you listening, I'm gonna be sharing. I'm gonna put this right. I'm gonna slap this right on your page. That's my big bro. Need your energy, Mr. Motivation.
Yeah, he sparked me earlier today with his message on Facebook this morning.
Love those the Monday. I think it's Monday motivations.
Yeah, it was like, don't let your past something won't dictate. Won't the future, something like that.
Man.
And then I was like, oh man, I needed that. That was like 20 de-energizers in the back, man. Like, yeah, they got me up off the couch.
Cause you got people in the community that like raise the sun.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like having branches, like things is just blocking the view.
Can't stop that sun from shining.
This particular
That boy,
form,
man, yeah.
if you're doing something in the community that you feel is worthy of get that information out, please. This is the hour of power. Feel free to hop on this show and actually give you a forum. This is a community forum to express what it is that you're doing. So we get them likes behind and get that support. Like, believe it or not, those that's sitting around on their couches and you're going to be activated. So when you become activated, it's good to know what's going on, what type of organizations exist, so you can put your time, you can put your finances, you can put that all in. So we all bubbling this all together. I truly believe that we're moving into some really beautiful space of time. I know microcosmically, globally, it may look a little kind of weird. You got Ukraine, you got this, got that. It might get a little ugly before it gets beautiful, but we got some beautiful stuff coming around the corner, and so programs like this are really kind of speaking to.
They say it always get worse before it get better.
Exactly. We're at the darkest hour.
Yes.
But the sun is about to shine. Like I said, this is a prescribed time that was actually shared. So anybody, even after hours, if you feel free to show some love, show some comment or any type of affirmation or appreciation, just go ahead and send a message on the Facebook. We want to hear from you. A thumbs up, a heart, or something. Actually, you know what it is?
Black fist too.
It's with them incentives. We gonna come real strategic with that whole incentive idea with some gift cards or something.
Yeah.
Anybody out there that want to sponsor something? You got some you got a business out there. You got some sneakers. You got some food or something we can put here. We can say we can kind of sponsor that. I mean, gift cards at different restaurants and things that's going on locally. Keep that money, man. You know one thing that got me mad, yo. You know, like the mad rapper. Let me tell you why I'm mad, son.
Tell him why you mad, son.
Let me tell you why I'm mad, son. Is when I'm learning about like finances and money, and they say that you go into I don't know, Dallas town or something, that the money like circulates like 15 times. And then you go to this particular demographic and it circulates 19 times. And I believe like in Chinatown, or like in the Asian community, it circulates like 22 times. And in the black community, it's like once or twice. Just go in there, you get your paycheck, boom, Walmart. And Walmart,
they always support the other before they support us. You know what I mean? And we're supposed to be one.
Supposed to be.
That's the key word.
And I hear people say that now that I've entered into the world of business and entrepreneurs. I just moved in there like 3-4 years ago or whatever, and you want to work with certain people to get certain services, and you're like, hey, they look like us, and even if you got a business in the community, we all gotta bring our level of sophistication and professionalism out. Because there's people that do want to put their time and money and into particular products if they're business minded, but it has to be quality product.
Right. Right.
Or you gotta wait like 3 weeks for something when you can go out in West York and get it in 2-3 days. You know what I mean? But it's all love though. Sometimes you gotta take a hit. I'd rather deal with my people and have something be 3 weeks, have 2 weeks later. You know what I mean? Because it's a slow grind, and our ancestors did it. they sacrificed quite a bit for us to have the freedom of even having businesses. And so they did it all with the mentality like, oh, I'm going to take this loss. I'm going to take this. I could be way better financially or whatever. This person's cheaper. My brother here charged 20. This person charged 8. You know what I mean? But that mentality, that love, and that support, and looking at us as a whole, not as individuals, that's something that's really, really key. So I implore everybody, if you tried your black business and they failed you, try them again. If you went to get your fried fish from this particular
the first time
place,
wasn't right. I know when I get my food truck, I hope they better come support it.
Man, I got your back.
Yeah, for real, man. This
I don't
one is
cook.
my thing.
I'm over there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
My food truck will be coming soon.
So we only got like 10 minutes. Oh, so let me finish the schedule. So the first, August 2nd, we're looking for any type of businesses, particularly minority owned. Not trying to keep the minorities, but anybody black,
business.
brown, small businesses. Small businesses. August 2nd, we like to have you on. August 9th, conversation built around health and holistic. We got to get our diet together, y'all. If
Hey,
you not...
man, I just did that colonoscopy thing, man. So I advise all the brothers that's 45 and over, go get it done.
Colonoscopy, get it checked.
Yeah, man. Needs to be talked about more.
Yes.
Shoot,
For real.
matter of fact.
I had great. They said my results came back great, so I don't gotta go for another 10 years, I guess. So yeah, that's what I posted on that operation. Everybody's like, oh, what Green is gonna do an operation on? But that's what it was.
We only got a couple minutes, so I'm gonna do his due diligence. So we're gonna get to that on August 9th, because like you said, that is something that really needs to be shared. And the personal tip, that's what my mama said to me. My father, he passed from colon cancer. Rest in power. And she's been saying it to me, like, hey, when you make sure you go get checked.
Mom put her foot on my throat. She was not. I
she
thought it was stuck. I'm like, oh, Mom, all right, Mom. Shout out to Mom Dukes, Miss Doc.
Oh yeah, so this going on, and then August 16th, we're gonna focus on real key news updates. There's a lot of things that's going on. There's a channel on. What you got? You got Roku, Fire Stick. What's your thing? You got
I got a thing that
cable. You got cable?
Nah, I got a thing that got everything.
Oh, okay. Supporting black business.
Yeah.
But there's a channel called Gaia.
I see that.
GAIA.
Yeah.
Man, I've been a Gaia member. You become a member and you get access to like videos and Dr. Joe and just inspirational like food, nutrition. It's just all that good stuff that'll help you grow as a person. They actually developed their own news, I guess, affiliate company where they dropping some real hard, like real news, like real cutting edge science technologies and ways that you can better yourself, understand your mind-body connection and how your human body. Unfortunately, when we were brought into this world, our human body, we ain't come with a manual.
No. Nope.
So just understanding how certain foods, how it affects your body, certain breathing patterns to do, mindfulness, meditation. We all need to be supported, particularly people in the inner city. I get people come to me and they ask me about like meditation, like how you meditate. I'm like, they figure you gotta go buy some special candles and do some type of seance and say some special words. None of that. Just sit down, just relax. Go, like I said, the kingdom of God is within. So those type of conversations, these news updates, that's gonna be August 26th. August 23rd, I looked to invite, I got reached out by the big bro, Jay Nat. I know he's listening right now. You know him?
Talking about my man, Jay.
Jay.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. He reached out here. Yeah, I got individuals.
It's Chuck Driver.
Yeah, looking to have him kind of come on and speak about parenting, relationship. I know people are watching because y'all come up to me all the time. I get messages like this, and people want to be on.
They
like,
love what we're doing, man.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that too, even when people see me on the streets.
Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna add a little bit of levity to it. People say to me, this is my interest is self help in those type of things and educate myself and that nerdy stuff that I was dropping earlier, ancient civilization. But we're going to have a little bit of levity because one thing that I love and I talk big crap about, that's why I love Sharif and his boys, is sports. NFL football is about to come up.
Let's go.
So we're going to transfer. And I always get into football pools.
I got my own fantasy football league. So I plus I play football a lot. So that's my thing. I got fantasy football. I'm in 2 leagues. I got one I'm in and one, I'm the commissioner. So football is deep, that's etched in stone in the heart.
Yeah, come with some information about that football league. Like I said, I want to get involved in that.
I told you Sunday 12 o'clock.
Every Sunday?
We'll be out Springersbury Park.
Y'all going? Let me write that. If y'all listening at home, y'all want to get mossed.
And
Sunday 12.
And if it's not like it'd be like this Sunday. We went down there to the basketball court. You know what I mean? Got a little bit of cardio.
Love that.
Yeah. So,
Working on yourself, exercising, and all that.
All last week and this week's, I've been like changing how I eat because prepping myself for that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I start thinking Then I happen to watch a documentary on the meat. You know what I mean? How all that. But that's another story. But yeah, so I started changing my little diet and working out, exercising. Yep.
You're not alone. I get a lot of people that come up to me and they say that just changing the diet. I ain't gonna lie, I'm fake sometimes. Like particularly in the summertime when it's a grill,
Mm-hmm.
you might see me catch a little chicken here.
Yeah, well, that's the best way to cook food. I was on that grill. Mm-hmm. That's what they say. So now I air frying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I will say on the food,
Yeah.
you can actually change the way you think about food. That's part of one of the things I've learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's meditations you can do where you will actually change just visualize you really don't need anything else, right? Like you can take away your hunger.
Right.
Like you can still hunger pains. You can change what you want, what you desire. I honestly don't even like unhealthy food anymore. I can't eat McDonald's.
Oh no.
Every time I try a burger, I can't finish it. It's been like that for years.
Bro, you hitting that bathroom.
I can't finish it. I literally can't stomach it no more. Like I still like French fries.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have my cheat foods, but I only eat them on Saturdays and Sundays. Sometimes I skip them because I really don't desire this stuff anymore.
Right.
I've been doing that. Yep, my body seriously wants salads. I eat chicken. I eat meat still, chicken, fish, but that's it. And only thing I get tired of eating the same stuff over and over again because I can't cook. But other than that, yeah, you can literally visualize what you need in your body and tell yourself you're satisfied. Your mind can't tell the
You can
difference.
trick your mind and stuff sometimes.
Your mind,
too,
if
man.
your mind believes it, it's real. It cannot tell the difference.
Facts.
Can't tell the difference.
Yeah, you showed up.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I was prepping, I'm eating Italian ices. You'd be hungry and stuff, but then you eating Italian ices and then the hunger going. You'd be like, that's what I said. Stuff like that I was catching. I'm thinking like, yo, that's.
The thing that changed my life is water therapy. In the morning, whatever your weight is, and if y'all listening at home, take this. Whatever your weight is, you drink that in ounces of water as soon as you wake up. You do that, you flush all the toxins out of your body, and you hydrate yourself. You find that you really not even that thirsty throughout the day. And most of the time when we trigger, we think that we hungry. We're not. We're just thirsty.
And water feeds your brain.
Need that.
Your brain loses like 20% of your body's water.
Yeah,
Your
water's
brain loses
everything.
20% of it.
Just like the earth is what, 3/4 of water. I think our body is something like that too.
Yeah, water is really, really powerful. Matter of fact, we could have a whole show just on water, cause
What's the man that fell to earth? You ever peep that show? The man that fell to earth. Watch that. He consumes water.
Yeah, he
water
sure
is
did.
everything.
He was putting that whole.
Oh yeah, the holes in his mouth, and he just drank water.
Yeah.
Water was everything.
That's all I drink.
Seriously.
That is the key thing. People ask me. Some people confuse me with my age. They think that I'm way younger than what I am. I said, nah, not just water, but what type of water. And just real quick, that Dasani water, cancel that. Cancel
That's
Christmas.
that Coca-Cola.
On that. It's made by Coca-Cola. They got too much salt in that joint. If you put salt, it's just what they use in the farmers when they have the farmers got to sell the meat.
Yes.
You know what I mean? What they do was right before they come and put them on them scales, they give them hay that got a lot of salt.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get all that salt in it, then they just fill up with water. They they just thirsty like a mother. So they fill up with that water, then they put them on that scale and weigh them. Like, oh, think you getting all that meat? Then they go pee half of that off. Yeah, it's a little trick now. There's a lot of tricksters out there, y'all. So like I said, make sure you do your own knowledge. But yeah, water. Spring water preferably. And I know it costs a little bit of money now. I get mad. I get mad when I go to the store and I gotta spend money on water.
On water.
Yeah. I be thinking my ancestors be looking at me like, water? Really?
You better boil that water.
and if I come through for my cup of ice at the gas station at Turkey Hill and Rudders and all that, I'm not paying for my ice. I'm sorry. I'm letting you know. I'm not an illegal man. But if you see me coming through, I don't care. You can have a sign saying 25 cents for ice. You ain't getting my 25 cents.
All right, man.
That's for my peoples. We're not paying for no water or no ice. Well, how long we got, bro? Oh, okay. But yeah, so like I said, just make sure that you stay tuned. We're gonna have those incentives, focusing on business, focus on health and holistic. And any type of information that we cover that is not getting you, that is not answering the needs of something that's going through your head. We want to make sure that we are addressing any type of issues going on. I know me, Big Bro, we're real proponents on mental health, getting that mental health information out to individuals. Education, read. That's another aspect that we're going to kick into maybe the next Wednesday. If you could bring some recommended reading. Bring your favorite book. I'm gonna say bring your favorite book, go to your favorite page and your favorite paragraph and share it on there. And even by everybody who's listening at home right now, come prepare for that for we can say next Wednesday. What's that? That's like the last in July or this is the last in July. So if any type of really profound information that you think needs to go out into the public, you can either text it in there or you can call in. Just read that.
Call in.
Feed your mind. Knowledge is power. This is the hour of power. So therefore, it's this knowledge that's all that we trying to get out is the knowledge. Because if you have knowledge, then you have the fundamentals that you need to grow as a human being. Bro.
Knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Yes, sir. You got anything to share before we close it on out? Peace, EJ.
Nah, pretty much, man. I'm just ready for next week's episode already.
Absolutely. So everybody who's listening in, this is Ptah Shakur. Like I said, check me out on YouTube. It's Ptah Shakur. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. That actually helps the algorithm. Make sure this life-giving information permeates out to who it needs to get to, whoever gravitates to. If you listen to something and it struck a chord with you, just understand that there's nothing accidental in this world at all. Mm-hmm. And spread some love and light. Love you, EJ.
Love you too, man.
My God, love you, peace. You already know.
Too, bro.
So with that, I ask everybody to seek your heaven on earth, find the God within, and when you find that God within, let's all come together and let's produce this heaven on earth. This is Ptah Shakur. This is the Hour of Power. Until next time, love and light, everyone.
Peace. Each one teach one.
Yes, sir. Oh man, I need to get this.